I went to school in Billings, Montana, where I had really great experiences, but it wasn't until I came to Montana State where I met a lot of influential teachers. They made me focus on making connections and not just memorizing things for learning, and that really stuck with me. I've had a lot of experiences with different classroom settings, but the one that has been most beneficial to me is ones where we work in pods and we work as a group and a pair and we share our ideas with one another versus being isolated and independent alone at a desk. Memorable projects to me means that it's something authentic, it's something that I'm going to get to create. I'm not following a worksheet, I'm not writing a book report and just summarizing. I like to dig deeper, look for deeper meanings, or put myself in a position of a character. Ideally, I would love to set my classroom up to support the constructivism ideas. I'm huge on believing that we can't just learn things by information given to us, but that we really need to see the connection and understand why. And we can't do that without being hands-on and really getting to understand what we're learning. Jean Piaget was definitely a very strong advocate for constructivism, and I definitely like to look up to some of the work he's done in his research. I think that it is probably one of the closest ways that I can describe how I want to have my own classroom. My expectations for the classroom are that students come into it with an open mind, especially with a constructivist view. I want kids to be able to think in different ways and come up with different connections. But the biggest thing is respect. I want students to be able to share their answer even if they're not correct, especially because language arts, there's usually not one answer. I just want it to be a safe environment. Students will not just read a fictional novel in class and write a paper. They'll be indulged with informational text, they'll be speaking in front of the class, they'll be listening to one another, they'll be doing vocabulary lessons. It's going to cover all four strands of the Common Core, and a lot of people just think of fictional novels. The Common Core allows for the four strands to be used in a lot of different contexts, which I think is extremely awesome. It allows for way more practice since it can be integrated into science with informational text and history and social studies with different texts. It's really a great way to incorporate it across different subjects. Different strategies and activities in the classroom. I like to do hands-on things. I love the Kick Me vocab lesson instead of just looking up words in the dictionary. I like anchor charts because it shows the kids the class working together and they can show that and make those connections. And I think technology in the classroom is also really huge, but just a lot of engaging and interactive activities. The way I'd like to set up my class is with round tables so that students feel like they can interact really easy with one another and work on things together instead of just individual desks. And then I like the teacher desk kind of in the back and a little bit more out of the way because I want to walk around and be interacting with kids. And then definitely a rug and some couches and stuff for comfy reading. And that's how I'd like my class set up.